The Jandies, Part 2. An example of what can happen as a result of wearing second-hand clothing can be seen in state correctional facilities. Felons have their clothing removed on entry into jails. Being ignorant of the dangers, however, our authorities do not destroy these garments. They remain, festering, in storage boxes for prisoners to collect on completion of their sentences. Hence our high levels of recidivism. The evil held within these clothes returns to their owners when their sentences end, and they leave the buildings so erroneously described as correctional institutions. Thus, they proceed to repeat the same barbarities that led to their incarceration. By wearing second-hand clothes, then, you can readily get what in Scotland are called the Jandies, a curse transferred from the body of another. Further examples can readily be seen in British schools, where children are obliged to use costly and often remarkably ugly uniforms. To assuage the expense of these unpleasant, impractical garments, it is common that uniforms, especially those peculiarly boxy blazers, frequently luridly coloured and always marked with a pretentious crest and Latin motto, are passed not only from generation to generation, but family to family. Each time this happens, the mental impurities of a wearer are registered within the garment. These evil thoughts accumulate and combine, cross-fertilizing, fermenting, and so on and so forth. So when little Jane or Jimmy puts the blazer, previously worn by half a dozen others, for the first day of school, and their parents clap and snap photos in their hallways, a cocktail of abominable urges passes thickly into their bodies. A moral poison. Thus, the first days of term are marked for teachers by extreme behavioral challenges, and your docile, even sweet-tempered darling enters school with tantrums, disobedience, playground cruelties, petty theft, vandalism, and monstrous displays of self-pity. I recall the case of a girl I had known at kindergarten. I remember a gentle child, giant chestnut eyes framed in hair so golden soft, curly ringlets, enchanting. The mothers knelt down and swooning before her proclaimed, "Ooh, angel, oh come, oh do give me a hug," ignoring for the meantime completely their own utterly average progeny. And indeed, she was graced not just with beauty, but a perfect nature, always eager to share the Lego bucket or Wendy house, and given to caresses. Big-hearted, she held out a drawing pad to me on the first moment we met. I will refer to her as Jennifer, to protect her. Her father was a councillor for the Liberal Party and securely middle class, with the usual accoutrements: detached house in Cults, Volvo, Labrador, the Guardian proud on the coffee table. A practical man, despite his political allegiances, you might quip, he dressed his only daughter in a blazer and tie that he had obtained from a school bring and buy sale. How many unfortunates had previously worn the garment? The father did not ask. A committed Liberal, he was guided first by his conscience. Oversized, pretentious, the garish item hung idiotically down beyond the palms of its latest victim. A polyester tie in pseudo-public school stripes, also previously used by others, closed round the girl's neck. Next, she appeared with a forced smile in the Instagram photo. Is it fanciful to see in that photo, in her frozen misery, the moment of her corruption as the moral poisons seep, invisible, from the textile into her body? And only days after this, pretty Jennifer, blazer bedecked, once worshipped for her goodness, stands in the headmaster's office, a thick clump of hair in one hand, while a meter away another child bawls, a bald patch on her pate. They await the arrival of 4 parents, a behavioral psychologist and a nurse. Thereafter, for dear Jennifer, a lifetime of medication, Dexedrine, Adderall, Prozac, Xanax, diazepam, buspirone. And of course the counseling, always the counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, hypnotherapy, art therapy, psychoanalysis.